Hi, Sarah here, and I wanted to do another video in my series on professional hairstyles for naturals with short hair. My hair ranges anywhere between 4.5 to 5.5, depending on where it is on my head. And this is the style I came up with today. It's super simple, but it has a nice clean look to it. The front was in twist that I've had all week, and the back is twist out from those same twists that I put in the earlier in the week. And I simply took the front section and flat twisted it loosely and pulled it up to get a little height and pinned it with a few bobby pins. And the back is a sock bun. And in the front are the twists that I had been wearing as bangs. And these are really the only section that is still twisted. And I didn't want to take them down. So what I'm going to use for my oversized sock bun is an oversized sock. This is just a stretched out sock that I cut. As you can see, this sock was doing no one any good at all because it's basically the size of a neck warmer. For this one, I'm going to use a little bit of gel because I like it to look nice and sleek. I'm also going to use my skin brush to kind of smooth it down a little bit, and I'm going to use my scarf to hold it in place until it dries. So this is going to be my bang section, so I'm going to move the rest of it out of the way. And I'm going to roll this into a pompadour. It's sort of a flat twist, really. And there would be nothing wrong with wearing the bangs out as bangs still. This is kind of wild, and I like that as long as the rest of it's really tidy. But I'm going to twist this into a very loose flat twist. Across the front, just like that, and then pin down the edge, and then I'm going to pull it up until I get the height that I want, and that looks pretty good to me. Pull it up a little more, and then sort of push it back. Okay, so that's about right. And for the rest of it, I'm just going to run my fingers up along the sides and kind of pull it toward the top so that I can get it to lie flat on the side, because one of the things about having short natural hair is when it's not stretched a little bit at the root, it's hard to get it into buns. But this one is a fairly easy one to get into if you have anywhere between 4 and 6 inches of hair, which is about what I'm at. So I'm going to take my stretched out sock and I'm going to put it on like I would a headband or pantyhose or whatever you use to make a puff. I'm essentially going to make a puff. When I pull my hair from the middle, because again I needed to kind of stretch into it, I'm not pulling from the ends of the hair, I'm pulling from the mid shaft. So I'm grabbing a section of hair, my ends are in the palm of my hand, and I'm sort of pulling from the root area so that I'm not pulling on. I'm not pulling very hard anyway, but I don't want to pull on the ends of my hair. It's the oldest part, driest part typically too. So I'm just going to keep pulling at this until I get a lot of the hair worked in. And I don't know if you can see that, but I'm lifting the puff, the sock, and I'm going to put my finger underneath, and I'm going to use that to sweep the hair up into the rubber band, into the sock. Okay, that's about right. So the next part is finding the center and sort of evenly spreading the hair over the sock, just like you would for any sock bun. This is just a much bigger one. I think that's about it. And then I'm going to take my band. It helps if it's relatively thin. This is just a headband that's pretty thin, because it's easier to obscure it under the sides of the sock. Okay, once you have gotten it all tucked away, and it'll take you a little while to get it all tucked in, once you have done that, I kind of smash mine a little bit so that it's oblong, so I'm just pressing from the top and bottom because that's the shape I like. And then I'm going to grab the side tops and just kind of pull a little bit so that it makes sort of a triangle shape. And then I'm going to pin those in place. So, it works better if you do the shaping after you have set the hair with whatever gel you're going to use, if you're going to use any. So I'm going to use a little bit of gel, and this is what I heat my flaxseed gel in. I always give that a little sniff before I put it on my hair just to make sure it's still okay. You just don't want to disrupt your bun too much while you're doing your smoothing. That looks about right. But I'm not going to worry about the bun too much because I can always go back and do it again later on. What I want to do now is get it all smoothed down. So, I'm going to pull that back on a little bit. Okay, so that's with the flaxseed gel on. And then I'm going to put my scarf on and let it set for a little while, and then I'll come back and show you what that looks like. In the morning, there's nothing to do but take the scarf off.